Hi traders, welcome to another session of Market Snapshot. This is Robert from FX Africa, and welcome. Today we are going to look at something that's really interesting. We are expecting some CPI news from Canada coming in later at 3:30, and I hope guys you've taken note of the changes in time. There's so many guys who are still waiting for the news at 4:30, right? So it's 3:30, so keep that in your minds. And then, so what are we expecting? So we can see on my chart Forex Factory. So normally we say, once you wake up as a trader, make sure that you look at your economic calendars, get to know what's running that day, basically in terms of fundamentals, right? Because we know fundamentals, they move the markets. The volatility comes in courtesy of these news events. So we can see a lot of news that are passed. We've seen the climate account change didn't have so much of an impact because what's really moving the market right now is the dollar. And then now we can see at 3:30 we have now, of course, now the CAD CPI. And so this data will be really important. Why is it important? Because we need to see the inflation in Canada. Remember the BOC president was saying that they're looking at rate cuts starting June. And so this data will probably solidify that, or even maybe make them think twice. And later, when we look at the BOC Macklem, sorry, he'll be speaking later at around 8:15. So we could see some volatility, and also Fed Chair Powell will also be speaking. So today we have a lot of volatility later in the evening, so these are opportunities for you. But then again, I normally say if you're looking for opportunities in the business, make sure that you have a trading plan, right? So you're not gambling, but you're looking for those sweet spots, so that when the trades come to those predefined market areas, you're able to take advantage of the market. So also at 8, the BOE Governor Bailey will also be speaking. Guys, remember we are in some uncharted territories right now. Why? Because of the Iran and the Israeli possible war that will break out. And so we've seen oil has gone up in the better part of the morning. That was because, of course, we had that Israel will be taking some revenge for what happened. And so we have a lot of uncertainty, and this is where now I would normally say, guys, stay away from assets that are safe haven, especially if you're looking for opportunities to short. Something like gold, this is not the time to look at opportunities to short gold, right? But then again, we'll have a look at that when we go to it. So let's look at what we'll be expecting. The CPI data coming in. So we have a lot of forecasts. So the main forecast over here is that you're looking at, previously it was 3.1. So traders are expecting that the number will be 3.0. So if this number comes out higher than 3.0, then of course that will mean that there's the expectation that the Bank of Canada will probably pause on the rate drops and maybe evaluate the market and look for maybe hikes. But then again, this is just part of the data indicators that will help the Bank of Canada make its decision. So a positive number here, what will happen if the number comes out higher than what we have seen, 3.0, then we should see an increase in the Canadian dollar. And so that means USD CAD will probably take a tank. Also, the same CPI month on month, 0.7%. This is what traders are expecting. Previously, it was 0.3%. Any number higher than this will mean that, maybe there's some inflation. And remember, if you look at the Canadian economy, it's more of a resource-based economy, oil, gold, and that kind of thing. So they're an oil-producing country. So when situations like we are seeing in the Middle East, where the US is almost getting in, they were involved in putting down some of the missiles from Iran. And also now, of course, we have Iran, which is, in quotes, the arch enemy of Israel. They're about to have a go. Iran is an oil-producing country, remember. So there's a possibility that oil prices could go up. And so Canada will be a big beneficiary of oil prices. That if oil prices were to hike, Canada will be a great beneficiary, courtesy of being a producer of oil. So that will be more revenue for them. So let's now look at our charts and see the possible outlooks, technical outlooks on this. So guys, take note of these. Make sure that you understand BOE Governor Bailey will be speaking. This we could see potential for volatility on GBP pairs. And then, of course, we have the Bank of Canada Governor McClellan also speaking. He'll be highlighting now what we've looked at, the CPI. And then we also have Fed Chair Powell speaking also. So today we have a whole lot of volatility later from 8:15 Kenyan time, GMT +3 for those clients who probably are watching this snapshot who are not from East Africa. So these are high volatility opportunities, and that means, you know, volatility is a great time for you to come in, but then again, be always cautious. You must not be gambling, but trading. So let's look at our charts and see how them play out. So ideally, we need to look at our MT5. Okay, so we'll start off with an analysis that we did last week, and apparently we had a flop on this one. So look at this analysis. I was bullish, but okay, this trade played out bullish as expected. So we were looking for opportunities to buy to that 653 as an intraday position, which happened the next day. So this was Tuesday last week. So this was on Wednesday. So this trade played out the next day, right? But then again, we were looking for opportunities to short when price came here, but we can see that is not what happened, right? So instead of a drop, we can see that the market continued in an uptrend until where the market is. So let's remove everything and analyze this market. So what are we looking at when it comes to USD CAD? Let's go to higher time frames so that you're able to have a look at the long-term outlook. So I will be mapping out areas, and one of the areas of interest over here is last year's high, which is 38.98, which is around 100 pips away. Remember the volatility that you are expecting on CPI. This is a high possibility that this price will get here, right? It's a possibility depending on how the news come out. So this would probably be now what we are talking about, a sweet spot, you know, an opportunity to probably seek short opportunities on USD CAD at that 98, right? So let's go to the weekly. So you can see from the weekly, it's well high, this candle over here. So a bullish run to this area will present a great resistance level, and probably now that's an area where you will probably seek for short opportunities. So the same thing, as we can see, this short opportunity playing out on this particular asset. So that's one. So if I were to look for opportunities on USD CAD, I will only look for opportunities to go short on this particular asset at this high. This is a high probability trade. You know, this is what you now call a high probability trade, a short from 38.98. Okay, so that's something that I will personally be interested in. I would want to see that trade. If that trade hits that area, then I would really look for now those confirmations. Can I see the reversal candles? Can I see a candlestick pattern? And once I'm able to see a certain conferences line up that are speaking of a short trade, then definitely I will go in for the bearish pips. Let's go to Euro USD. Once again, let's look at our analysis from last week and see what played out. So we were looking for opportunities to buy, but then again, you can see, yes, the market went up for around, I think, 50 pips, but then again, didn't go to our target areas. Instead, we can see that bearish move play out. So let's remove all these analyses and have a look at what are we expecting on Euro USD. Remember, we're saying Paul will be speaking later. So let's seek the technicals and see the language they are in. So once again, let's go to higher time frames. We always want to look at higher time frames. So one, although it's way too far, we have 0447. That's, I think, 100 and how many pips? 100 and I think 72 pips away. That is a possible area of support you could be looking at, which is last year's low. But then again, now let's go to the weekly. So if you go to the weekly, then I'll probably be interested in this price level. 0596. It seems like that price level has hit, not yet. Okay, so I'm looking at this bullish order block over here as a possible area where you will seek opportunities to go long. Let's have a look at higher time. Look at the daily. So this is an area. Remember, I'm mapping out the sweet spot areas where you look for, where you'll be looking for opportunities. So that is also an area of interest, right? The blue area, it's an area of interest. We could see some bullish opportunities around these price levels. So we can look for buy opportunities, right? So if we narrow it down to H4, so we can see the price level 0596. 96 is an area that we could be looking for short-term opportunities. So if you're a bull and maybe a scalper, maybe you would want to seek opportunities at 0.596, a bullish for a bullish move. Let me try one. Yeah, 0574. So those are possible areas where I will be looking for opportunities to maybe go long on Euro USD, right? Those are areas I will be seeking for opportunity to go long, maybe for 50, 60, 100 pips on this particular asset. So yeah, we've mapped out Euro USD. So what are the opportunities? So I'm looking for opportunities to go long anywhere around this area. Anywhere around that area is probably will be a good area to buy Euro USD. So 0596, 0574, those are two high probability support areas. That's Euro USD. So let's look at USDJPY. So you can see another trade that flopped. This one, USDJPY. We were looking for opportunities to go short, but then again, hit that area. We were looking for a bullish move and then a drop. That drop happened, but then again, we can see the long-term trend. So this is where the numbers came out last week, and of course, we can see the bullish move on the dollar. So let's remove everything. So USDJPY has hit higher highs. So if you're looking at a technical outlook on this, you don't have anything to work with on our left, right? So these are times when I normally say in such a currency pair, stay away from it, right? Stay away. The dollar is still strong, and so we should probably see a continuation of the strong dollar. UT100. UT100, we were looking for opportunities to go along at this price level. But then again, we can see that break that happened. And so let's now have a fresh outlook on it. Remember, in as much as we do the analysis, we always wait for confirmations before taking those trades. So we will just map out those areas when price goes before what tells you that this is a buy, what tells you that this is a sell. So those are the things that you really need to have, and make sure that you're attending the free classes by the various FX Pesa academies in the country and in Kampala, and you're able to learn some of these opportunities. So I've mapped out an area over there on the weekly on that UT100. So if I were to look for opportunities to go long on this particular asset, I'll probably be seeking a drop to 16,815 and then a bullish move. So if I were to take a buy on UT100, I would only take a buy from this price level. That would be the place I would only seek buys on UT100. That would be a high probability buy area, basically. That's what I mean by buy opportunities. So I would probably wait for a drop, and then once price gets here, then that's the only time I will seek confirmations to see whether I can see reversal candle, whether I can see, a hammer to highlight that the sellers have been rejected and buyers are about to step in, and so take that trade up. So that is UT100. Let's look at Bitcoin. So the first analysis on Bitcoin was that I wanted this trade to hit this price level and then rose. It went up, and then again we can see a bearish move. So I've been waiting for Bitcoin to 58.90, which is now the other price support area mapped out on my charts, right? So 58.90, 399, that will be an area of very high interest when it comes to Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin was to drop to 58.99, yes, 58,909, then that will probably present a great bullish opportunity for me on this particular asset. So until then, the analysis still remains this move, this arrow over here. So let's try and do this again. So anything, if Bitcoin was to come here, then that's the only time I will be looking for opportunities to go long. So you see, majority of guys have been buying Bitcoin at an all-time high, and that's because of failure to understand market structures, higher highs, higher lows, and so on and so forth. So make sure that you're going through these classes. And once again, FX Pesa Academy has these free classes every day at the different FX Pesa satellite offices. So you just need to pop in and get to learn how to trade for free. Now that's Bitcoin. Let's look at GBPUSD. Once again, look at GBPUSD. We were bullish, and then the first take profit was probably ideally around this area. We can see that price never hit that area, but instead we can see that bearish move. So this was again another flop, but then again, since we didn't take those trades, why? Because you don't just take trades from the analysis, you take trades based on confirmations. So let's look at now possible areas where we could look for buy opportunities. So this is the monthly. There isn't much of a clear-cut directional move on this one. So what you do, go to the weekly. So on the weekly, I can see something of interest. So 2363, that's I think 50 pips away, 55 pips away. So that is an area I would be looking at on GBPUSD. So a drop to 2363 will probably be a very good area to start looking for buy opportunities on GBPUSD. So right now we can see where price is at. It's once again, I think we've said 55 pips away. So for GU getting to 55 pips is quite easy. But then that's when probably now we should now look for those opportunities to go long only when price gets to this price level. So if I were to look for opportunities on GU, I would anticipate a drop. And then once price gets to 2363, then once I've seen the confirmations, then I look for opportunities to buy for around 100 pips or thereabouts. So that's GBPUSD. What about USDCHF? USDCHF, we can see we were bullish. We wanted USDCHF to get to 91.50, and we can see price actually got to 91.50 based on this arrow. And then after that, we've been seeing some accumulation happening over here, right? So what do we do? You map out, you go to higher time frames. So that was the area. You were looking for opportunities to go short. So I would want to remove this analysis because we've seen the dollar is still bullish. So I'll want to remove this one. And so let's map out some areas. On this currency. So we can see some areas of resistance. So yeah, I would probably be interested in this order block over here also. You can see that hit to the order block, and then the bears coming. So remember, our assignment is to seek these short opportunities. So the other area I would probably would want to map on the daily is this one. So we can see 91.48, we can see 91.76, and we can see 92.01. All those are areas where we will be seeking opportunities to go short on USDCHF. However, if I were to be biased, I would probably would want to see a price move to 91.76, and then maybe now the bears to come in from 91.76. So that will be a really interesting trade on USDCHF. That will be an opportunity to go short on that price level. NZDUSD. Once again, you can see another flop, but then the trade came to we didn't get to our price level. We were looking for opportunities to hit 59.27 and then go up. So price didn't really get there. And then we had seen, you can see there was that bullish move, but then we can see that breach. So let's remove this analysis and map out the area first. So once again, we go to higher time frames to get an understanding of the trend. So the trend is still bearish. This speaks to the bullish dollar. And then, so let's go to the weekly. If we go to the weekly, if we map out some of these areas, last year's low, 57. 72. That's like 118 pips away. Seeking opportunities is probably, let's look at the daily. So if you go to the daily, I would want to map out this. 58.41. So we have two areas, two bullish support areas here. So if I were to look for opportunities on NZDUSD, I would want to see a bearish move. And then once price hits 58.41, I would want to see some bulls coming in for around 50 pips, at least 50 pips from this move. That will be an interesting trade for me. So let's look at H4. Yeah, so if we map that area, then that's around 88 pips, right? So I would want to see these 88 pips bullish move. Eh? But then again, this is where I sit on my hands and wait. If I can only take the bullish move, I can never go with the bears over here. I want to see this. Why? Because of this, I can see another block over here, a bullish order block. And then if that price gets to that price level, then I'll be really looking for the confluences and take a bullish move on that. So once again, look at another flop that happened. We can see the first hit actually came to the support area, 48.81, but then it didn't go to the targeted area. So we were looking for the next price level to hit was here and then go up. But then again, you can see the market really breached that area. So let's remove everything. So let's go to higher time frames and look for the sweet spots again. First sweet spot has been achieved. So if we go to last year's low, 62.70, that's like 150 pips away. Okay, so let's narrow it down. So on the weekly, so maybe yeah, so that's an area of interest on AUDUSD, just like the NZDUSD. I'll be looking for opportunities to go long at this price level. So what's the analysis like? I would want to see a bearish move and then a bullish move. See 110 pips, right? So yeah, that is what I would want to see on AUDUSD. Let's look at gold. Gold has been a lot of things that on bullish traders are making a kill out of it. So we can see I've always had a bullish trade on this particular asset from November last year. And so this was occasioned because of the Israeli attack that happened here, 7th October. And since then, gold has been on a bullish run. So once again, like I've been saying before, if you're seeking short opportunities on gold, be very wary, because right now we are still in the world of uncertainty. What's happening in the Middle East, Iran-Israeli war. Then also there's also that uncertainty with regard to the US presidential election. So we need to be careful when it comes to selling gold, right? If I were to look for opportunities on gold, I would only be looking for clear-cut buy opportunities. Anything else is not something I'll be interested in on gold, right? So let's look at maybe once again, if we were to seek opportunities, what would we be looking at? So maybe today we can look at yesterday's low. So if I were to look for last week's low, sorry, and then maybe we can look at yesterday's low also. So if we were to look for opportunities on gold, I would probably be seeking opportunities to buy either from here or from here. Those are the two possible areas I'll be looking for opportunities to buy when it comes to gold. Yeah. So that's it from my end. I will probably be seeking questions. What are your questions? So we don't have any questions. So guys, feel free to attend the free classes from the different FX Pesa academies, and you'll get to learn more on how I was able to map out those areas to seek opportunities. Otherwise, thank you guys. Have a beautiful day. Remember, CPI is 330, not 430. Also remember, from 8, we'll have some volatility coming in, courtesy of the different speakers will be speaking. We have Powell speaking, and when Powell is speaking, you should expect some volatility on USD pairs. Otherwise, cheers guys, have a beautiful week. Make sure that you click on the links below to open a demo or a live account. And it's important to start off with a demo account so that you practice, get to know, get a feel on how the financial markets are. And take live trades. Okay, so thank you guys. Have a good day.